Shooting guard, 6 feet 7 inches. Number 7, Cam starting at the other guard at 6 foot 0 inches. Number 5,
Fred Van Meek. Do it to him, DV. Do it to him.
The Iron 6 feet 7 inches. Number 1, at 7, 6'10", number 28.
Greetings and thanks for ending your Monday on 2K Sport.
Give it to him. And then give it to him.
Alrighty.
With some NBA hoops. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. On the sidelines, Allie LaForce. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who is out for the
not having Mitch really sucks.
These two teams trying to overcome the injuries and hopefully get healthier down the stretch.
And now the opening lineup for New York. We've got OG
Come on, Big Purr. Come on, Big Purr.
is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's Carl Anthony
Come on, Purr.
Towns. And it's Hart in at the power forward position. Grant, one thing these teams have in common.
We just gotta go hard and we just gotta make it look sexy.
Oh, yes, they are. I mean, it'll be a battle down low. Boxing out with this.
Okay. Okay, Barbershop Fred is not like that.
Give Fred VanVleet a look from anywhere behind the arc, and he's letting it fly.
Mr. Joe, how we doing, brother?
Towns outside.
We got the better center. Go hard, Bull, make it look sexy.
7-footer Towns using his size to perfection down low.
VanVleet outside. Back to Thompson. Brooks, the pass to Şengün. Lays it up and banks it in.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Brunson. Now Towns.
Come on, Cat. Go hard, but we gotta make it look sexy.
And it's powered home by Towns.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He is an absolutely imposing finisher around the rim.
And the basket by VanVleet.
Good shot selection from VanVleet.
The Knicks have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. And you know, Clark, Fred...
Hold on. Yo. Okay.
VanVleet gives you a number of things. Leadership might be the most important.
It is certainly one of his great attributes, B.A., when you look at
Jalen.
VanVleet. Not very big,
Oh.
not super athletic, but a winner. Tough, tough-minded, and highly skilled. Doesn't make mistakes with the ball, gets other people's shots, and has proven to be a clutch and consistent quarterback at a really high level.
Here's Brunson. In his last outing, 16 points for him. Here's Towns. Rockets with a rebound. And this game, the first chance they've had to see New York. Here's Thompson.
No. Yeah. Okay.
And here's New York now. They trail by 1. Defeated by Detroit in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
I really didn't see much of an edge from them. A little more intensity would have gone a long way.
Yeah, you know, to me, I agree. They just never looked engaged, which is surprising considering how close the game ended up being.
VanVleet misses.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
Out to Bridges. Pass to Hart. To the paint. Shot clock at 6. Anunoby passes to Hart. With the 10-footer. The shot misses. And Brooks has got the ball here for the Rockets. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Beyond the arc. He drops it from range.
And when Brooks has his jumper working, the defense needs to locate him as soon as they can.
Here's Brunson. Here's Towns. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. Towns has got 8. Houston has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Three-pointer, VanVleet. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Thanks, guys. The Knicks went all in this summer, trading with their rivals, the Brooklyn Nets, for Mikal Bridges. In reuniting a core that won collegiate championships together, they hope to replicate that success at this level. And now with perhaps the league's top defensive wing tandem, they'll have a chance.
A big-time move. Shams, appreciate the report and keeping us updated from the sideline. Ali LaForce.
Hey, BA, well, the Rockets got a lot more organized with Coach Ime Udoka and their veteran additions, including point guard Fred VanVleet, who said it's just having that poise and presence to slow things down and get guys where they need to be. Rein it in, get some structure, and maximize these guys' potential. BA?
Ali, a great floor general. Thanks for that. And Houston will go for a different look here. Smith, he's checked in for Alperen Şengün. Eason comes in for Brooks. Holiday's checked in for Whitmore. And it's Shepard in for Fred VanVleet. And that one's good. Thompson.
You know, inside is where Thompson excels, and the concentration allowing him to finish there.
Hey, Justin, good to see you, buddy. How you doing?
Now here's Ball. He's covered closely. Towns can't get it to go. The Rockets have gone 5 of 8. Solid opening quarter for them. Pass to Smith. And here's Holiday. Six on the shot clock. And off there. He misses his first shot of the night. The Knicks have got 6 of 10 attempts to fall. Bogdanovich passes to Bridges. To the middle. Here's Achua. And the whistle.
Ooh,
on the
that's
shot.
a goaltending, right?
Contact there.
Wow.
Misses the shot, but he'll shoot 2.
Hey, you've been working long all week,
Shy
huh?
away from the contact at all. He was determined to get to the basket, no matter who was offering the resistance.
After years of finishing at the bottom of the West,
Oh,
things
still
are
working.
looking up for the
God
Rockets,
damn.
Clark.
Well, thanks for stopping by. Wow. That should have just been a goal, because there's no way Precious shouldn't have got that dunk.
What?
Yep.
Complementary veterans, that adds to the mix as well, and they've done a nice job, and they've got future draft capital too. So the Rockets are certainly on the rise, rolling. Towns just keeps finding opportunities to score.
Houston has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. Landale with a screen to the inside.
Nope.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to be on Karl Anthony Towns. Houston shooting their first free throws tonight.
For your Rockets,
First free throw is good. Grant after 3 straight drafts.
I'm streaming a lot tomorrow. I'm streaming a pretty cool game tomorrow,
In the summer of 23.
and probably Star Wars on Friday.
I
But
wish more teams did that.
Tice is checked in for New York. Ball. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Curry. Always
that's
a nice way
good.
to start.
We're gonna be doing a cool game tomorrow, so
Curry
make sure you
knows
stop
that kind
by.
of physical finish can give his team a spark.
And the Rockets shooting a phenomenal 60% on the first. Here's Holiday.
Oh shit!
And a nice finish on the layup.
Put your head
We're going
down
tit for
and
tat
work.
right now.
That's what they need to do. Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's
Yeah,
table tennis.
see?
Back and forth we go.
Here's Curry. Here's Achua.
Ah!
This is at the buzzer. Well, it's been a high-scoring, competitive game through the first quarter of play. The Rockets on top. They lead by a
NBA2K?
bucket. And we'll be back
tomorrow?
shortly for the start of the second quarter.
What's the name of it? Hold on. It's basically an underwater version of Dark Souls, though. Let me see if I have the picture here. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, brother.
And getting it going again
Let me
here
see
in the
here.
second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And
Let
taking a
me
look
see.
at Houston's performance here. Guys, what have they
Another
been doing
Crab's
or not
treasure.
doing?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
And you know, for them
Justin,
guys,
make
it's
sure you
all
join the
about
Discord,
tempo.
buddy.
Keep
I
the
sent you a
pressure on
link
and do so as
to
much as
join the
possible.
Discord and your Twitter DMs.
And it's Holiday with the ball for the Rockets. On the floor
That's
for New
not
York.
a...
Lonzo Ball is out there with Miles McBride. Then it's Daniel Tice. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Achua in at the 4. New York on D. Trailing by 2. Pass to Landale. Now Whitmore. McBride covers. Holiday from long range. Pure from 3-point range. Holiday's got 5.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's gonna make you pay.
Here's Bridges. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Pistons in Detroit.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area. Huh.
And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Now here's Smith. He had 19 points in the win against Golden State. And the third pick in 2022, Jabari Smith Jr., he struggled at times.
We'll give Chad another minute or two on the bench.
He's making some major strides now.
You know, B.A., you've heard me and others say this, but every player runs their own race. Everybody's development journey is their own, to own and to run. Sometimes it just takes a little while longer for guys to adjust at this level. But I tell you one thing about that young man, the progress he made
McBride
lets you know he's got what it takes to one day be an all-star in this league.
OG Anunoby's checked in for New York. Beverly comes in for ball. Knicks trail by 3. Here's McBride. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Now here's Whitmore. Anunoby covering. Back to Whitmore. And the bucket is good. Whitmore's got his second bucket of the night.
Athleticism showing through from Whitmore. He doesn't need much room at all to operate in close.
McBride passes to Tice. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Anunoby against Eason. And he comes up with a bucket. Now it's a 7-point Rocket lead.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Making a change here. Tate's checked in. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Towns, he's checked in for Tice. Hart comes in for Achua. Bridges, he's checked in for Anunoby. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Beverly. And stolen by Holiday.
What the fuck?
Here's Eason.
That's not going in. That's not going. Oh my God.
Got 4 points this quarter. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
And something else I've noticed is how they've been able to cause turnovers and take advantage of them on the offensive end, not wasting those extra chances at all.
Şengün checked in for the Rockets. Dylan Brooks comes in for Tate. And there's the call on Dylan Brooks.
Oh, good call.
That's his first foul of the game. Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue. But in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates. And it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated.
Getting themselves to the line this quarter is a good way to get their offense rolling. And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. We know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Brunson finds Hart, and that one's good. Hart's got his first 2 points.
You know, getting inside and doing damage there really elevates Hart's game, and I'd like to see him be that kind of all-around threat.
Now here's Holiday. He's got 5. Lets it go from deep. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Knicks trail by 6. Brunson taking his time here. Out to Bridges. Brunson against Holiday. Brunson passes to Towns. It's rebounded by
Wow.
Şengün. The Rockets have gotten 5 of 7 shots to go in the second. And it's New York with a rebound. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Bridges passes to Brunson. Oh, look at Jalen Brunson. Don't let that size fool you.
Brunson doesn't fear going in amongst the trees. Remarkable poise there inside.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian, Jabari Smith Jr. is making some serious strides, and Coach Ime Udoka praised him and said his all-around game, his confidence, great
Oh my God.
versatility. He's starting to handle and make plays for others.
Oh my God.
He's a huge asset and find mid-range shots as well, where he can rise up over guys. Brian?
He is certainly one to watch, Allie. Thank you. There's the AT&T 5G
Okay, you need to get
cam,
your
capturing
you
the
need to
moment.
get your get back for that one.
Holiday against Brunson. Count that bucket.
That's crazy. They're getting the craziest things to fall.
Soft defense. I mean, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points inside.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
I need Cat out there.
Changes. Thompson, he's checked in for Smith. Whitmore comes in for Eason. And Van Vliet is subbed in for Holiday. A big group substitution here for New York. Achua's checked in for Hart. Winslow comes in for McBride. Curry, he's checked in for Mikal Bridges. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Jalen Brunson.
Cat!
The Rockets lead by 8. Thompson scanning the floor. Pass to Van Vliet. Lets the three fly. And the
There's
three-pointer
no
goes.
way.
Van Vliet's got 8.
Now shooting the three ball at almost a 60% clip. They've been blazing this second quarter.
Towns on a screen. Ball finds Towns. And miss after miss right now.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
Winslow passes to Curry.
Oh my God, you're not your brother.
This is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That'll be a second foul of the game. There's 48 seconds left in the first half. It's Van Vliet with a drive. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. New York making a switch here. Tice is checked in.
For the Knicks, number 27, Daniel Tice.
.41 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Here's Şengün. Off the mark there with a three.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Curry passes to Winslow. That one off the back iron and out.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean,
New York.
You know,
defender.
damn, that's crazy. Great win. Great. We gotta send some people to China.
Oh.
Ni hao. Oh, guess who's unemployed, brother? Legend. You know what I want to look into something. Oh shit. Oh my God. Did I really just... Oh my God. Wow. That's painful. Fuck. You know what? I don't want to hear no shit though, so... I may have Josh. Play 6 man.
Live from New York at the home of the Knicks, it's the NBA. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And on the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Young's shot is off. Well, Greg, the Knicks have certainly brought hope back to the city of New York.
And it's been fun to watch. The fans are rallying behind this team. And it's not just because they're winning. It's the way they're winning. They play with heart and hustle.
And it's Robinson with the jam.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an impressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Here is Daniels. Robinson with the block. And they get it back. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. And there's the call on Rizachet. That is his first foul of the game. And Anunoby, here we go. Here's Robinson. Johnson with the rebound.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Young's shot is off. Knicks on offense. Bridges deciding where to go with it. Okongwu grabs the board. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul.
First personal.
That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Young fires away from outside. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you. And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Down low. Here's Robinson. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Oh, that's a nice read from Brunson out of the pick and roll.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Alder.
Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, New York's head coach and I were able to chat. Now, I asked him about trying to slow down Trae Young, and the coach said you have to get the ball out of his hands. He can hurt you with the pass and with his shot. I'm not going to be surprised if you see them blitzing and doubling him a good portion of the game. Back to you.
Thanks, David. Now, here's Hart. After the miss from Trae Young. Pass to Brunson. Lock at 6. Lays it up off the glass.
And Brunson recognizes how to execute inside. He must be more physical with it.
Here's Young. And it's blocked by Brunson. Inside. Rebound by the Hawks. LeVert from outside. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor him.
Now, here's Bridges. And that one, good.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pass.
Young, right side. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Timeout. And that's just too easy for Young. The D has to guard him a lot better than that beyond the arc.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
Get ready for Bucks fans. It's your game.
.105 left here in the opening quarter. To the inside. Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
Plenty of power on that slam. Towns was not messing around.
Here's LeVert. Towns with the defensive effort. The Knicks leading by 3. And Anunoby, here we go. One of the best 3 and D wings in the league. Let's start with OG Anunoby, who excels from the corner.
And Kevin, about 45% on quarter threes the last couple seasons. So OG can space that floor horizontally. That's in addition to his elite defensive ability.
Jackson inside. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Here's Rizachet. No good on the quick 3. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's Brunson outside. Rebound.
Brunson burner.
LeVert with it. Driving inside. Basket counts. LeVert's got 5.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game.
He makes it look so sexy.
Here's Hart. And he was able to put it up
Wow.
in time, but doesn't fall. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Knicks lead by 3. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And Towns throws it down.
Whoa, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Tries the spin move. Here's Niang. Scoreless thus far. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's LeVert. And the shot clock. Expires. 24-second violation. And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession.
Out of bounds. Atlanta ball.
And so LeVert will bring it up for Atlanta. They trail by 7. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first. But there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you. On the clock. Shamet. And again, it's New York. And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. 1.5 into the second quarter now. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks break, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He wants to talk to his guys.
Substitution on the court.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Young for three. Missed that one. Still looking for his shot. Just 2 for 9. Towns with it. And Young picks him up defensively. Tucker can't get it to go.
That's one.
PJ. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on.
Young inside. Aston Yang.
Mid-young, he's ass.
Young,
he ain't hitting
no
it.
one around. A three-pointer off the mark. New York leading by 9. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 for.
And they got Luka Dunn, a reason then LeBron, the real big three. Real big three went from Cleveland to Miami, but of all that.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to this broadcast of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. LeBron drives in, banked in off the glass. One thing, Doris, that should attract a lot of attention in this game, that matchup at the guard position is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match. If you don't stay in front and you allow him room to drive, you will pay the consequence. Donovan Mitchell with authority.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Now here's Allen. Doncic with the steal.
Yeah, and they got Luka Dunn.
He's with it.
Any reason then LeBron.
No one near range as he lets it go. The 15-footer, good.
I mean, this guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Pass to Strus. Garland looking it over. Back to Mitchell. 5 on the clock. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
There is a level of physicality
And they got
in the frame
Luka
of Donovan Mitchell
down.
allows him
Aries
to
and
finish
then
through
LeBron.
contact.
Doris, one of the more relentless players in the NBA.
Oh my God.
Kevin, what I love about
And they got Luka down. Aries and then LeBron.
comfortable carrying tremendous responsibility on the offensive end. Donovan, one of the more confident players you'll meet. Boy, how about the nimbleness to overcome the defense inside. Darius Garland makes his opportunities.
Here's Doncic. Back to Reeves. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter.
That's a goaltend.
By
Yes!
the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with J.J. Redick. So for much of the brief time I had with him, he was talking about Evan Mobley. He said this kid is not a kid. This is a mature big man who affects all aspects of the game at both ends. But in particular, he's worried about Mobley's defensive presence and his ability to guard every position on the floor.
And they got Luka down. Aries and then LeBron. The real big three.
Certainly on that list.
He went from Cleveland to Miami Heat. I'm talking about the man.
Do it in a lot of different ways.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Reeves outside. The kick out to LeBron. Stolen by Allen. And now the fast break. Mitchell with the ball. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
I'll tell you, Donovan Mitchell in transition, bearing down on a defender is not pretty.
Evan Mobley with the rebound. And so it's Mobley now who brings it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
How high was Donovan Mitchell? How pretty was that dunk? My goodness.
Now here's LeBron. Pass to Doncic. And again, the Lakers no good.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Mitchell.
Oh my God, I'm getting dicked.
5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Boy, right from the opening tip, guys, Mitchell was focused and locked in, and he is doing damage offensively.
Here's LeBron. Here's Reeves. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Lakers trail by 5. Back to Finney-Smith. Reeves outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Mobley. Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game. Free throw good. Reeves. Both good from the line that time. You know, it's inevitable that a player's physical abilities diminish over the course of a career. But the thing that stands out to me about LeBron James is that he never lost his insatiable drive to win. Guys, if anything, he's gotten stronger.
Well, Thompson's athleticism allows him to finish with power.
Back to Reeves. Pass to connect. Clock at 6. Over in the corner, Vincent. Back to Reeves. No good from outside. The Cavaliers leading by 5. Merrill with the ball. It's stolen by Vanderbilt. Now connect. And that one released in time, but no good. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for the Cleveland Cavaliers. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we'll be back with you shortly. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
And right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
Here's Merrill. In the corner, it's Hunter. Played outside. It's up a three. Rebounded by the Lakers. To the left side wing. Reeves outside. Back to Vincent. Pass to Reeves. It's good. Reeves is
and they got Luka done
for the Lakers.
Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
And Greg, the Cavaliers in recent years establishing a defensive identity.
They do a great job of locking down the paint, Kevin, forcing teams to shoot over the top and just vacuuming up those misses.
Here's Reeves. He's got 11. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Reeves has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
And Jared Vanderbilt gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
The Lakers on D. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
LeBron James.
Pass to Jerome. The screen from Thompson. 4 on the shot clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Wade, good.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
To the paint.
Oh, you got to be kidding. Yeah, the court awareness that Luka plays with, knows exactly when and where to deliver the pass.
Cavaliers leading. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Second team foul. Substitute.
Here's Mobley. Still yet to score. And Mobley throws it down.
Oh, my goodness. The size and athleticism of Evan Mobley. What a sight to behold.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. It seems every season, Doris, we have players speak out on being unhappy with their role.
Well, consider, Kevin, that if you're one player on a roster in the NBA, how coveted each of those spots are, but also how competitive they are. You don't get there without that nature, which means you want to play.
Here's James. And the shot is long. Cleveland leading by 4. Here's Mitchell. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Strength, athleticism, Donovan Mitchell in the paint, quite comfortable, folks.
Pass to Hayes. And Hayes throws it down.
Talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Now, here's Mitchell. 14 points for him.
Oh.
And again, it's Cleveland.
Yeah, there are levels to this, and Donovan Mitchell can hurt you from every one. Nice midi there.
Kicks it out to James. Back to James. And here is Doncic. There's the 3. James gets the bucket. James has got his first bucket in the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And early in his career, that's a great sign for Bronny. Hitting threes, building confidence in that jumper.
Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
Here's James. Darius Garland picking up that last basket. Can't cash in from close range. Mobley outside. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Outside Garland. 6 to shoot. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Garland's got the lead up to 7 now for the Cavs. James outside. And the call will be against Bronny James. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first. Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And J.J. Redick is called timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Show some love for the Laker girls dance team.
17 seconds left here in the second. And Mobley throws it down hard.
Assisted.
Oh, my goodness. Evan Mobley using just about all of that 40-inch vertical.
Up top, Reeves. 3 seconds left. Misses the layup. And we've reached halftime in this one. Cleveland ahead, leading by 9. 2K Sports, back in a moment here in Los Angeles. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. So Garland will bring it up for the Cavaliers. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And you can never really count out these Los Angeles Lakers, Greg, can you?
No, I really don't think you can. They battle out of the play-in tournament. They overcome obstacles, and they have tremendous willpower.
In the NBA, there is a high need for relentless scoring and skill to match that scoring. That is Donovan Mitchell.
Doncic with the steal. And here's Reeves outside. Jared Allen grabs the miss.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Inside. That's good, and it's Garland with the assist.
Boy, that's a little bit of toughness and concentration. Jared Allen under duress of the defense. Nicely done.
From deep, Reeves. And the Lakers with another miss. Here's Mitchell. And foul on.
You know what, big bro? You got that, big bro. You won that one. My hat's off to you, big bro. And you know what, big brother? You know what, big brother? You know what I'm going to do? I know what I'm going to do, big brother. Thank you, big brother. You really pushed me to that. We're going to take a quick blinky, brother, and then we're going to explain it, brother. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know what, though? Hold up. Where are we? Excuse me. Yeah, get me out of here, please. We're fixing this. I am gonna at least get myself... You know what? No. I might... Salem? Hey, you know what? I actually like that. Oh, okay. I see someone I could low-key wait for. I think I could low-key wait for. I might be able to wait another round. Fuck! Mmm. Oh. He's... Mmm. Hey, you know what? There's, yeah. Hey, Andy, how you doing, buddy? Not too bad. We're just doing a little fantasy draft type beat. We got some cool streams coming up tomorrow. On Friday. Hold the front fucking... door. Because you know what? This works out for me, in a way. You know, there's a lot I do and don't like about that game, brother. I'm really split on how I feel about it. I feel like it's very convoluted and stuffed. No, I'm very sure I don't want him. Dean Wade. Jeff Green, a fucking NBA legend. Yes, sir. I do need a... I probably do need a water boy. Oh yeah, brother. Enjoy it. So we should draft another shooter, because I do got... Ben, and Ben is going to be just a pivotal piece. He can play a lot of play. Patty Mills. You know what? Dougie McBuckets. Oh, hell yeah. Alright. Good to hear from you, Andy. Hopefully you catch the streams the next few days, too. I'm fucking crying. Who is his roster? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, damn, LeBron. Okay, hey. King. Wow. Crazy how that worked out. Oh, damn. Well, you know, you're always a welcome sight whenever you can. I don't want to give up Ben. But hey. Well, you know where you can always hit me up on Discord too, brother. Oh God, that's a ooh. At that point, like, hey, listen. What? Ow!
Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific... Analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter.
The game.
Here's what Miami has lined up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and
The Last
Charlotte
of Us
Hornets.
2. I really like Fallout. I think you should play Fallout. The Uncharted series. Uncharted series is phenomenal. Hold on. Let me look at my wish list and stuff. Oh, I'll be playing, another Crab's Treasure. That's a good game. That's like a underwater Dark Souls game. I like survival games. Subnautica is a personal favorite. Subnautica, and I highly recommend playing Subnautica.
Then on Monday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Detroit Pistons.
And for that game against the Knicks, it's going to be game number 4 for them during the start of this NBA campaign. They'll want to get off to a hot start to the year.
A look at the Magic starting group. Black is out there with Nembhard. Then there's Brown. Then
and we got Luka
It's Thompson in at the power forward position. And for the Heat, they've got Washington. Doncic out there with Lou Dort.
That is like one of my favorite. That is my favorite game series when I was a kid.
How important, Greg, is it to a team's confidence to start the season strong?
Kevin, I think it means more if you're a young team. If your roster is filled with veterans, you're looking at the bigger picture.
Dort finds Collins. 6 on the shot clock. Collins setting the big for Dort. The Heat need to get a shot off. Shot by Collins, no good. Brown outside. Hands it from downtown.
A guy who shoots the 3 well
And without hesitation, defense can't afford to give Brown that much room.
Doncic feeling it out. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season has really fueled their fire for this year.
I'm going to be playing another Crab's Treasure if you want to look that up tomorrow. And Star Wars The Phantom Menace game one of these days.
Some battle scars.
So yeah.
Thompson against Collins.
I know you literally just said no Star Wars games, so that's a classic game. I guess we can literally kill everything, so that should be fun.
Orlando moving the ball. That doesn't go either for Bryant. And so it's Dort with it. He brings it up for the Heat.
Also, if you ever want to find a crossplay game, let's talk on Discord sometime. Maybe we can find a game to play together. Oh my God.
Some of the dunks Collins can pull off are just awesome.
Awesome rewind, courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Pass to Williams. Knocked away. Double team on Williams. Here's Nembhard, defended by Dort. This one for three, connects from three-point range.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Doncic with it, working on Black.
Whoa.
Doncic dishes to Collins. Out to Doncic. High post Allen. Back to Doncic. Over Williams. Rebound by Williams. Magic leading by 3. It's Brown on the wing. A shot by Thompson and no one's around. And it's off from three-point range. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, Eric Spoelstra gave me a few minutes to catch up. We talked about how they plan to deal with Jaylen Brown. He said Brown's explosive off the dribble, so we have to have bodies in front of him, be physical with him, stay connected with him at all times. See if they can keep Jaylen in check. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thanks. And the Heat making a change here. Ball's checked in. And a switcher also for Orlando. Kispert's checked in. Doncic comes with the double team. There's the triple. And it's Corey Kispert with the 3.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
And when you watch Kispert, Brent, you can see the aggression he plays with when he's going at the rim.
Yeah, sometimes Corey will surprise you because you know he's a spot-up shooter. And you know he's elite at doing that, but he will attack, go in there, and throw his body at guys to create some scoring opportunities.
Oh, wow. Hey, we're taking a restart. We're taking a restart. Oh, my God. I just got cooked. Oh. Ooh. We're in the solid restart. Oh. Suck. Yeah, we weren't even looking sexy. No, that doesn't count.
And preparing for battle, each guy with his own approach to getting ready for what should be an excellent matchup. And welcome everyone to the NBA on 2K Sports. Brand new season. So glad to have you with us on this journey. In this game, we'll see the Orlando Magic going up against the Heat in Miami.
See ya, buddy.
This is Brian Anderson.
Let me know what game you buy.
Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Allie LaForce round out our broadcast crew for this one. And this is what the schedule looks like for Miami. On Saturday, they'll be taking on Rudy Gobert and the Charlotte Hornets. Then on
Rudy
Monday,
Gobert and the Hornets, the crazy
and
sentence.
the Detroit Pistons.
And that game against the Wizards, that's one to mark on the schedule. It's their 5th game
All
of the
right, we
year.
got this,
We
baby.
should start to see lineups get sorted out.
So a look at our starters for Orlando. Thompson out there with Jaylen Brown. Then it's Williams. Then there's Andrew Nembhard. And it's Black in at the point guard position. And for the Heat.
Oh, my God.
Jared Allen. Lugans Dort out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's P.J. Washington. And it's Collins in at the power forward position. Here's Black. Pass to Brown. Over Washington. Brown can't hit. The Heat on offense. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the Magic this year. Doncic outside. Washington outside.
Oh,
and
my God.
By Williams. Here's Brown. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Dort. This Magic squad, Stan, has a great young core. What do you think they have to do now to take that next step?
Well, Brian, they do. They have great depth and a lot of good young players, but they need more shooting around their core guys, and they've got to improve their backcourt position. Their front court is loaded. They've got to get a little bit more balance.
Here's Dort. Orlando making their last shot. And the call is going to be yes on an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
Oh, got that one up quick.
A confident shot from Amen. I mean, when he trusts his J, Thompson is that much more difficult to check.
Now here's Doncic. Allen, the pass to Doncic. Pass to Collins. Missed inside.
Oh, you got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
And that one's good. Thompson.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
Now here's Doncic. Tightly guarded. Here's Allen. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. It'll be Orlando's ball.
Where's the
Looking at the
where's
2K
the call?
leaderboard, here were the NBA's top dime droppers last year. Second, Luka Doncic.
Not a lot of guys had better vision on the floor than him. He was able to see passing lanes and ready shooters no one else could.
The Magic have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Fade away. And there are the Magic with another bucket.
Well, you got to know the scouting report on Brown. He's solid cashing in from the mid-range.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
Let's go, Heat fans. Give it up for your Heat High Squad. Attention fans, now on the court is your High Squad. Get loud and let them hear it. Look what time it is. It's Eastern time. Here they come.
No. Honestly, we're doing horrible. Like, I don't even want to play this game anymore right now. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna I gotta use the latrine, and then we're gonna go from there. We're gonna use the latrine and go from there. I'm ass. I am generationally ass at 2K, and that's okay. And that's okay, cause you know what? We got heart. We got heart. But I gotta go empty the heart of my lower half real quick, so I'll be right back.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And joining us courtside, reporter David Aldridge. So the opening lineup for the Suns. Deadly backcourt pair of Booker and Beal. Dunn is out there with Durant, and it's Richards in at the center, locking down the middle. And for Denver,